Welcome to episode 54 of the Rebel Army podcast, the official podcast of Cork City Football Club. Back again in the sunshine, joined as always by Aaron Howie. How are you?
Not too bad, Stephen. I'm absolutely sweltering in this room today.
Yeah, God, the last couple of days have been phenomenal. I'm trying to think, are we in Cork still or what? Are we somewhere else in the Mediterranean or something?
I know people are going away in their summer holidays, but it's probably better weather here.
I think that's what Brendan Rodgers of Celtic said. He said he thought Cork
The new
was
Mediterranean.
the new Mediterranean.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's Cork Airport now have a quote for their wall up there for the arrivals hall.
Endorsed by Celtic. Yeah, so it's been, I suppose, a busy week for the club. I suppose we have to mention the fact that I suppose last Friday night was a big disappointment, but we won't dwell on it too long.
Difficult trip to Dublin. 3-1 defeat in Talca Park. Good goal from Kit Nelson, which I suppose is a positive from us. Really good goal.
Was the two early goals were a killer.
Two
really.
early goals killed us, yeah.
It was going to be hard to come back after that.
Yeah,
really.
absolutely, yeah. Look, and it was very disappointing. Again, Kit got one just before half-time, and one of the journalists asked Jar after the game, you know, we kind of had a bit of momentum at that point, scoring before half-time. Then half-time comes. I suppose when you're 2-0 down, you're waiting for half-time. But when you're building the momentum, then you don't want half-time to come. So half-time came, kind of killed it again. But yeah, disappointing enough one on Friday, especially with Sligo the day after, almost getting 3 points against Shamrock Rovers, but ending up with 1. So yeah, it was a really disappointing one last weekend, and had no time to sort of dwell on it really, because we had to turn around quickly and get down to Páirc Uí Chaoimh.
Yeah, a big turnaround. And I suppose, you know what, it's a nice distraction.
Yeah, do you know what? I suppose in a football sense, from Jar's point of view and the players' point of view, they probably could have done with not having the match, realistically, with how important the league games are that are coming up. But Jar made it very clear in all his press and his media and stuff that his focus was fully on Friday's game, the Waterford game. This was an opportunity to test a few things, get players a few minutes, and get players on the pitch, especially the new signings.
Yeah, and all of them started on Tuesday night in Páirc Uí Chaoimh as well, including a brand new goalkeeper.
Yeah, David in goal, David Omusu. I thought he did well. He looked confident. Fiacre and Rory Feely as well. I know Fiacre had featured against Shells on Friday, but to see them all, Charlie Lutz as well did well.
He played the longest as well, I think, like of the new signings anyway.
Yeah, of the new signings,
he played about an hour or even more. I think was it he went into the second half anyway.
So it was good to get a look at players, and it was an opportunity for Jar to see players he hadn't seen a lot of, like Harry Nevin, for example, played. Did he play 90 minutes? He played most of the match anyway at right back. And Harry was obviously injured for a while, and when Jar came in, he was kind of just coming back, so he wasn't really in his line of sight. As I said, yeah, Jar made it very clear that, like, while that was great, the full focus was on Friday, because it was a great day, it was a great occasion, but we definitely need to worry more about Friday.
Yeah, and I remember talking to people before the match, and I said, today is not about results at all. Today is about the occasion, and enjoy the occasion, because it was a very significant day for the club to be playing in Páirc Uí Chaoimh for the very first time. You know, it's a huge moment for Cork City. You know,
a huge moment for Cork as well, I think. I know a couple of weeks back, a couple of weeks back we had Kevin O'Donovan on, and he spoke about wanting it to be a municipal stadium and to have events like this. And this is hopefully, I know there's been Munster rugby matches and Ireland internationals, but in a football sense, this is hopefully a curtain raiser. You know, that the Liam Miller match, that was a great occasion, but that was 6 years ago.
It was, yeah.
Even longer, was it?
6, I think, 2019 was it? Yeah.
So...
Yeah. 2018, 2019.
I think, yeah. So, this should hopefully open the door to maybe something a couple of times a year, maybe even once a year.
Yeah.
Not necessarily involving us. It would be great if it did, but more events like this in Cork. The main thing for me, I suppose, was there was a lot of people at that stadium who probably haven't seen Cork City before, and that was an introduction to us. We gave a good account of ourselves. The atmosphere was the atmosphere. Look, it was a friendly match. There's no ultras. There's no chaos at it. But
I suppose the big thing was that when Matthew put the ball into the back of the net, there was a huge cheer for Cork City.
Yeah, much bigger for us than it was when Celtic scored, which is very encouraging from our point of view, in terms of we obviously have a very dedicated fan base, but we also need to push beyond that and attract new fans to the club. And if people went to that and enjoyed themselves, I spoke to a lot of people after the game who did, and they wouldn't necessarily be at Cork City games regularly or have gone to a Cork City game ever. If we get 10% of the crowd to come back to a Cork City game, then
be massive.
Then that's good. That's incredible, because it's new people come to Turner's Cross and experiencing Cork City FC, which is what not just us, but every League of Ireland club needs, that sort of growth and pushing beyond your typical fan base.
It was fantastic. I came down through kind of Ballintemple area there, and I walked down, and there was like loads of people everywhere. obviously loads of Celtic fans, and they weren't all just local either. They were from up the country, and they were, I heard a good few Scottish accents as well around the place. But then even see our own fans mixed in amongst them as well, and then different football jerseys on as well. They were all there too. But just to see the huge crowds all walking down through the stadium, like down over the bridge that goes into the stadium as well, and to see that it was a football match or a soccer match, whatever way you want to call it, was just brilliant.
Yeah, and you mentioned all the different jerseys and stuff. One thing I noticed was there was a serious number of old Cork City jerseys.
There was, yeah.
You know, the ones you see people wear all the time, but they were absolutely everywhere. And not just the West German one, the popular one. There was all these different types of ones that people were really proud to come out and show their Cork City jerseys. You had stuff from...
found them in the attic and stuff, I'd say.
Exactly, but you had stuff from, the mid-2000s as well, like the stripy one, 2006, the Beamish one. Like, there was loads of jerseys like that. It was a day, I suppose, where you kind of let the hair down a bit. We're obviously in a stressful situation in the league. And while some people wouldn't have wanted it in the middle of matches like that, and I get that 100%, it was a day where, look, it was happening. So kind of had to go enjoy it. And it was, as I said, kind of a let the hair down, enjoy the day, enjoy the occasion. Got out of it with no injuries, thankfully. And it was brilliant. As I said, look, one thing we did have that I was talking to the GAA guys, and they don't have it at GAA matches, which like blew my mind. They don't sell jerseys in the stadium.
Don't they?
Apparently so. I wouldn't know for certain, but apparently not.
They don't have their own shop, like, probably,
yeah. So we had a couple of locations in the South Stand and the North Stand, and like, we sold so much merchandise. So there's a hell of a lot of Cork City stuff, be it jerseys, scarves, hats, whatever it was, quarter zips. Pat and Peter and all the lads in the shop they brought over a lot. And we sold a lot of it, so it's
a
brilliant for
fantastic
us.
stadium for that, though, isn't it? Because the concourse area is actually very big. You know, in some stadiums, I'm even thinking like the Aviva, I feel like Parky Cueve is nearly wider or something. Maybe there's less stuff there.
Definitely in that main stand, it felt really, really wide. That's where Pat had his. They all. I think we had 3 locations. Pat was in the main stand. It definitely felt really, really spacious.
Yeah, I felt like there's loads of room there, and I don't know. I'd say Parky Cueve were even surprised with the numbers that were coming up to the shops and the bars and stuff like that. Because at half time the queue was phenomenal,
ridiculous. Yeah.
So, and I'd say they didn't expect it because I don't know. Maybe it's slightly different in. Again, they're probably learning. In other games, it might be slightly different.
Everything works differently, but there's little things. Even like we had mascots, which the mascots were lining up in the tunnel, and Cian from the GA was kind of asking me, "Okay, what's the protocol here?" Because we don't do this. We don't have mascots, so I don't really know how this works. And I was kind of like, "Geez, wouldn't have even thought of that." Yeah, it's just not that the sports are similar, but you'd imagine kind of an event is an event. But yeah, there's so many different things like that. But again, like the shops and stuff, the one thing that stood out to me was coming out after the game, driving home and going through town afterwards. The amount of people walking around with Cork City shop bags that had got something in the shop, and
that's brilliant.
It was so, from a kind of a club employee point of view, it was encouraging to think that there's a lot of new people here that we've touched in a way with, they got merchandise, they enjoyed their day.
Yeah.
They've hopefully taken a liking to Cork City Football Club, which is the absolute main goal.
And it was great that there was so many kids there too.
Yeah.
I always think that's brilliant because they'll remember that. You know, I remember that match Cork City played Celtic down. They'll remember it.
10, 15 years from now, you could have someone saying, "Oh yeah, my first Cork City game was that Super Cup game against Celtic and Parky Cueve, and then after that I was at Turner's Cross. I begged my parents to bring me to Turner's Cross to watch Cork City."
Because sometimes some parents, if they're not really into football themselves, they'll go to an occasion, and that's what Tuesday was.
That's what it was
an occasion. Yeah. It's like a concert. It's a football equivalent of a concert, basically, because it was a friendly, you know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter.
It's a day out. Yeah.
It's a day out, and that was the other thing. People were in really early as well. So I was down there probably just after 4:30, and the place was
it was
busy.
Packed. Yeah, it was absolutely
packed. That was an hour and a half before kickoff. It was great to see lots of different media from Scotland as well. A lot of people over for Celtic as well. I was up in the media area for the first time. I felt like an imposter up in the media area. And I was talking to 1 or 2 YouTubers. I know Blair was over.
Blair was over as always, yeah.
He was really impressed with the stadium. He said to me, blown away by how good the stadium was. I suppose he has come over to League of Ireland matches before, But like Páirc Uí Chaoimh is a fairly new stadium.
Yeah, and it's obviously
has all the mad cons as a result of it.
and
Like, you know,
it's obviously streets ahead of every League of Ireland ground. I know people go on about how great and fantastic Tala is. Like, you compare Tala to Páirc Uí Chaoimh, it's not even.
oh God, no, not at all.
like, there's no question.
Yeah, and like being down there, I'm not saying we want to get rid of Turner's Cross or anything, but it definitely give you a taste for big occasions if we ever have something in the future.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, in the future, big friendlies, you know, Kevin said that maybe, I know it was they organised this, but in the future, let's say we get into Europe in the future, we can approach them and say, lads, any chance we can use the facility there? Like, you know, we'll rent it out.
That's what I mean in terms of like this being almost a curtain raiser event. It opens up the possibilities for stuff like that from a Cork City point of view.
And Munster have already seen the success of this, in fairness to them, and they've gone back a few times now, and I think they're there at the end of the year, I think, again. The just fantastic in terms of, I just think everything seems so clean and crisp inside it.
Yeah, and it's just a nice stadium, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Really, really nice.
And it feels like it needs more. And I think Kevin did say that, like a stadium should be open all year long. I see actually the Echo took nearly our whole interview. Actually, it was in there was a big piece in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I mentioned us. In fairness, I said as Kevin O'Donovan said on the Rebel Army podcast about Cork needs a municipal stadium, and I think it was one or two politicians shared it. I saw it. I think it was former Lord Mayor, actually, Mick Finn, put something up on Twitter or something like that about how much he battled to get the Liam Miller game that time and brought people together and stuff like that. And he said it's great now to see that it's moved on and it's gone the opposite way, where they actually are welcoming sport in.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal to see, and as I said, it's great for us as a club, obviously, but it's for Cork as a whole, as a, you know, as a destination.
And look,
for
great on
people to
TV.
It did, yeah, on Premier.
It was on Premier Sports, but actually, I was watching Sky Sports News later in the night, and there was Matthew Murray's goal on Sky Sports News, which is great. Like,
what a goal, by the way!
It was a great goal.
He took it fantastically.
Brilliant, yeah,
brilliant. Delighted for him. He got man of the match as well. Brody Lee was another guy who came on, who a lot of people wouldn't have known about beforehand. But
well, he's gone into our academy.
He recently signed to the academy. He came from Shamrock Rovers, and he got on the pitch, made his debut at Páirc Uí Chaoimh. So we were joking. There was a couple of lads who were there, and it was their first time at a Cork City match, and we were like, you know, now we're not going to be here every week. Like, don't get too used to this.
And that's the other side of it too for some of the lads. And you could see there Malik played very well, I thought, in the first half. He was unlucky with some of his final touches, but like for them, there must have been a great sense of, this is, whoa, look at the crowd here.
Yeah,
you know, like,
absolutely. And that's again, to me, it's a lot of people there who, a lot of Cork City fans, but a lot of people who that would have been their introduction to Cork City, and we need to capitalise on that in a way.
And it was nice that, I suppose, Faker's first start for the club, he led the club out too against his old club, Celtic.
He did, yeah. He wore the armband.
Did you catch up with him at the press conference?
Yeah, so we're actually, just funny, we're talking about how fantastic a facility and stadium Páirc Uí Chaoimh is. Now we're looking ahead to something very different on Friday, going to the RSC with Waterford. But we had the press conferences earlier. We had Fiacre Kelleher in and Jar Nash in, so suppose we'll hear from Fiacre first, and then Jar's thoughts ahead of it.
Fiacre, good to see you. What have the last few weeks been like for you since you signed for Cork City in terms of, you know, getting fitness up to speed and so on?
Yeah, it's been a hectic few weeks for me, actually. Just trying to move all my family back from Essex, trying to get all my things from there back to Cork, and then at the same time trying to train and get up to speed. So yeah, I've been in 2 weeks now, and I've had some good game time over the last few days, so feeling better every day, really.
Yeah, I was going to say that actually. It was good to get some minutes, wasn't it, at Páirc Uí Chaoimh for Tuesday, and a great experience for you as well.
Yeah,
around the corner from it.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and the main thing really was that I got 45 minutes in the bank, in tough conditions against a good team. So really, that'll stand me in good stead now coming into the next few games.
You felt all right after it, did you?
Yeah, a bit leggy, like towards the end a little bit, trying to find that second wind. Yeah. But no, it was a really enjoyable occasion, and I got what I needed out of it, really.
Yeah, how much are you looking forward to Friday night then, Munster Derby?
Yeah, can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be a big game. Obviously, for us, it's yeah, we know now this next run of games are going to be massive in terms of trying to pick up points. So, yeah, hopefully that'll start now tomorrow night.
Yeah, still a lot of games to go, but obviously you want to start winning soon because it's a very important week now coming up, isn't it, with Waterford and then Sligo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, just important. Every game is important now, really. But the main thing is we have new fresh players in the door. We kind of have a system now that we're getting used to. And yeah, I think it's time for us to really kick on now, really.
Yeah. Would you kind of look at the squad and there's a lot of talented players in there. Would you look at the fact that it's hard to believe that we've only won 2 games this season and bottom of the table? Is it, looking at the squad, do you think there's wins in this team?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think with any young squad, they're kind of learning on the job a little bit at times as well, and that's where seeing out games and maybe their experience in making decisions in the moment might not be exactly right all the time. But I feel like since I've come in anyway, they've shown that they have a good understanding now of what's required to win games. And yeah, now we just have to start putting everything together really and get that first win under our belt, and then hopefully kick on from there then.
Yeah, obviously Waterford were well beaten last week. They shipped 7 goals there, so they'll be looking for a reaction, won't they?
Yeah. You can look at it either way, really. I think for us, it can be a good and a bad time to play them. But yeah, I think the main thing is just to focus on us and make sure that kind of the way that we set out on Tuesday against Celtic, and we're hard to beat and we're compact and narrow, to keep all those principles. And then, we'd like to think with the ball then, there'll be a bit more space and it should be a little bit easier.
Yeah, obviously they're one of 2 teams approximately beaten this season. The 2 games have been close and 2-1 wins to each side. So, you expect to be obviously Munster Derby tight affair. They can hope to come out on the right side of it. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. Listen, it's going to be a hard game. They're going to, like you said, want a reaction as well. So, it's going to have 2 good teams going at it, I think. So it has all the makings of maybe a classic, but I'm hoping that we come out the good side of it, really.
Just the last one for me, Fika. What would a win do you think on Friday night for this group of players?
Yeah, massive. I think it's probably the last thing that the gaffer needs, just to give the lads that bit of belief that everything is working. I think we've put in good performances and not had the rewards for it. So listen, a win would be massive and just give everybody a bit of confidence and a bit of belief going into this next run of games.
Good luck Friday.
Thank you.
There's a lot of talk basically in the papers and in the media saying it's vital that City get 4 points from the 2 games coming up.
Yeah.
As a player, do you look at it that way? You're thinking, well, obviously 6 could be better.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for it? It's a pivotal week in the season now. They're the 2 teams nearest to sitting at the table.
Yeah. From experience, from my own experience, it'd just be to take each game on its own merit, really. So there's no point really looking at the Sligo game yet. It's just focusing on this one tomorrow night. I'd imagine both games will be different, and how we line up both games will be different as well. So it's just about making sure that we're right where we need to be tomorrow. And yeah, the good thing is we had on Tuesday night we played in tough conditions in that hot weather, and I'm sure that's going to play a factor again tomorrow. So now that we kind of know that that's what it's going to be like, we might have a bit of an upper hand in that regard as well. But I think it's just like I said, just taking this game for what it is. Yeah.
Having got to 45 minutes the other night, I presume we'll be hoping to get to 90.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, exactly. I've been being well rested the last 2 days now, so look, I'm hoping to play the full 90 if that's what it says.
Do you feel like there's a bit of an understanding already between yourself and Rory?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just from the 45 that we played, we seemed to bounce off each other a little bit. We kind of covered each other the way that we'd expect. The line was where we hold our line was quite similar. We didn't really have to talk to each other too much about holding and dropping and pushing up. It just kind of came natural to us. So hopefully we can just keep building on that and make it a good, strong partnership, really.
Jamila, hi Fika, Sean here, how's it going?
Hi Sean, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Just talk to us a little bit about the last few weeks for yourself. Were you looking to come home for a while? I'm sure you weren't short of offers, and I know you knew Ger from a few years back as well. Obviously I had a few offers on the table, but I suppose my thinking
really was. I just had a baby boy 4 months ago, and when I spoke to my wife, I think we always kind of wanted to move back home eventually. And then, funnily enough, as stars align, sometimes Ger got in contact as soon as he got the job. And from knowing Ger and from speaking to him, he was really positive about how he sees this project going for him, and that he wanted me to be a big part of it. And you know, it's important to feel valued, and I felt like with Ger here that I have that value, and that I can bring a lot to what he wants to do, hopefully.
It's probably the first time in a long time when a lot of your family were able to, you know, just go down the road and go up to Turner's Cross and see you live in action as well.
Yeah, very strange. Yeah. I'm used to seeing them in drips and drabs as well. They come over for the odd weekend. So yeah, this is the first time I've been at home for a long since I was 16. So yeah, I've not gotten sick of them yet anyway, but I'm sure there's plenty of time for me to get sick of them.
It's a big challenge now, the last couple of months of the season, trying to get the club back up the table. How important will your experience be to hopefully progress in that and going things in the right direction?
Yeah. I actually have a lot of experience of being in this situation. I've been in a lot worse ones where I've been at the foot of the table. I think when I went into Colchester, it was a similar situation. And yeah, like I said, it's just trying to build momentum, and the only way you kind of get that is winning games. So yeah, winning games and keeping clean sheets are a great place to start. So hopefully now over the next few games we can kind of, you know, start to see them both kind of work together. And yeah, I don't think there's any pressure yet either. I don't think it's you know, in the media you'll probably build it up that these are must-win games, but at the same time there's 13 games to play for, and every game will play differently. So yeah, I think we have plenty of time yet still to get out of this.
And obviously you've probably been keeping an eye on the club from across the water the last couple of years. What have you made of, obviously, a couple of promotions, a couple of relegations? What have you made from the last few years looking from afar? Yeah, just like you say, really, a couple of promotions, couple of relegations. Probably seemed a bit unsteady from the outside, but I suppose since Dermot's come in, he's put a lot of you know, he's put an awful lot into the club, both financially and with his own time as well, I'd imagine. So yeah, look, I from being in here now, it feels a lot different to what it looks. I'm actually, I'm really optimistic about where this can go. And with Ger in charge, I think he's bringing in a caliber of player that's probably different, and you know, I'm hoping a lot better than that can just add to the group, I suppose. Not a lot better, but just add different aspects to the group. So yeah, look, me, Rory so far, Charlie, me and Rory especially are of a good age where we have good experience, and we're still fresh and young and healthy. So yeah, look, if we keep on that trend, I can't see why we can't keep growing, really. And just last one for me before the lads come in. Obviously Queeving was on the move this summer as well, so it's probably the first time in a long time your family and your parents have two new clubs to be going to next season.
Yeah. So actually, funnily enough, Colchester wasn't too far from Brentford, so when he signed, he was on the phone to me straight away, and then I had to tell him that I was coming here, so he wasn't too happy with that. But no, it's amazing. Yeah, he's doing incredible stuff, and it's going to be strange now to watch him every week playing the Premier League, but it's going to be amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to get to watch him every week.
At least there's no more clashes anymore between Saturday. You can have Friday night and then watch on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no one parent going to one game, another to another. So yeah, it's all right.
All right. Yeah, just continuing that on, figure how you, John Fallon from the Examiner. Like, apart from Celtic, I suppose, as you mentioned there, you've been involved in a lot of sort of scrapping since then. Whereas Queeving has been in trophy mode. You know, that's given your family a good flavour of both sides of football. Yeah,
it has. Yeah, but I'd say they'll probably tell you the same that I'll tell you, that I've enjoyed it probably just as much as Queeving has. I don't think either of us play it for any other reason that we just love to play football, really. And yeah, like I say, I'm 29 years of age, and I can safely say I've not really worked a day in my life yet. Really, it doesn't feel like a job. So, yeah, I've scrapped away. I've managed to make half a career out of it, and yeah, there's still plenty of life left in me as well. So hopefully I can just keep going here and keep pushing.
And just one last one on himself. Did you encourage him to be a goalkeeper? Could you see that in him before he could?
Not really. No, I did. Somebody had to go and goal, like, and I wasn't going in goal. That was it. So, yeah, I give him a clip around the head and just throw him in goal. And then, you know, after a few months, I couldn't score on him. Then, so then I knew then he was half decent. So, yeah, no, he just took to it quite naturally. To be fair to him, he was. I think Queeve could have played outfield as well. To be honest with you, he just had that knack for picking something up quite quickly. So yeah, no, he's just quite a talented boy. I think he got most of it. I just got some bit of hard work or something. I don't know.
So it was just unfortunate, well, that he was the younger brother, so he had to do the dodgy job. Yeah. Yeah,
you had to stand in line. Like, you couldn't. He couldn't go throwing any punches back. Like, he had to just take it.
Yeah, yeah. And just on the game tomorrow, you know, no one has mentioned about the points target and that, but like, what have you made of Waterford? Like, have you done analysis on them? What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, today was the first that we'd watched them, and we're expecting them, I don't know, to play the same formation that they've been playing the last few games. We kind of pointed out their main men. Obviously, Padge Hammond is scoring a lot of goals, so it's up to me and whoever else, and you know, whoever's playing to make sure that he's not scoring, that we're keeping a clean sheet, really. But yeah, listen, it's going to be a tough game, especially at their place, and they're going to be looking for reactions. So yeah, listen, it's going to be a good game.
Did you mark him up against them in England?
Yeah, a good few times. Yeah, especially when he was at Newport. Yeah, so I've come up against him a few times, so I know what to expect. And yeah, I'll be ready for it, hopefully.
Did he score on you?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
check that out.
Sure,
okay.
Yeah. You can do your research there.
Yeah. Thanks very much and all the best.
Thanks, John.
Hi, Pierre, if I could just come in for one and Scary in the start here. Just he's starting out on his managerial journey. Heard a lot of good things about him. What is it that has impressed you about him from working with him?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. I think he just had he was just able to relate to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I it's actually a good question. I don't know. I suppose I just naturally gravitated towards his personality, and I think just the things he was saying and talking to me about. He obviously was concerned about me moving back my family and things like that. So he had a good understanding of life outside of football for me as well, and how important a factor that plays. And that's really meaningful to most players, I think. So his understanding of you as a person, as me as a person, was really important. And he he's just somebody that I think a lot of people would follow, and you would do whatever you could for Ger, because you know that you'll get it back from him. And I think that's all you can ask for in a manager, really. And and from working with him now on the pitch as well, his attention to detail, is very good. His training sessions are very good. They're all geared towards certain aspects of the game that he wants to work in our favour. And yeah, just the whole picture for Ger really in the end was I can only paint a really positive one.
Is, for all the progress that coaching has made in the last 20 or 30 years, does it still come down to a manager's ability to connect with a person? Is that still of utmost importance, if not arguably more important than their understanding of the game? Understanding people, is it more important than understanding the game?
I suppose this is just my opinion, but I would say, definitely, football, you can change formations, but if players aren't going to play for you, they're not going to run hard for you, then I don't think you have much of a hope, really. So, I think having that connection with players is probably the most important factor. And then the second most important thing is to get them to believe in what you're doing and what you want to do. From the moment I met Ger, I feel like I connected with him in both those things. And again, he treats everybody individually, which I think is important. Some managers like to label the whole group. But obviously everybody's circumstances are different. Some have kids, some don't. Some people can stay longer in a day. Some people have to go home and collect their kid from childcare. And they're all factors that footballers lower down the divisions have to, that you have to deal with as a manager. So I feel like Ger's really good at letting people enjoy their life outside of football so that he can get the most off them when it comes to football then.
Because his reputation as a studious coach is, it's been well known for quite some time now. So it's interesting to hear that he's even better at that other aspect of the game than what he's renowned for. Yeah,
agreed. And he just cares. I think he really, really cares about everybody and about every individual as well. So for me, I don't have a bad word to say about you.
It's been a busy week for you. Serious business, of course, is tomorrow night against Waterford. How are you fixed? What kind of shape are you in going into the game?
First of all, it's been a busy week, a unique week. But look, we're ready for the game. The Celtic game will have no bearing on that. We're prepared. We're ready. We're looking forward to it. We know it's a huge game for this football club. So we're ready. We're looking forward to it and can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, they took a big beating obviously last week when they shipped 7 goals. How do you view that? They'll obviously be looking for a reaction, sure.
Absolutely, I think it'll be a huge response, no doubt about it. So does it make it tougher for us? Probably, but it was always going to be a tough game. Very experienced manager, and it's going to be a tough game. So, but we're ready, we're prepared, and we're looking forward to it. Yeah,
you're 7 games in now as manager of Cork City. Sure, no win yet, but do you feel that the squad and the management feel that win is coming?
Look, we hope so. That's what we're working towards. We know how important it is to the football club. I know how important it is for me, for the staff, for the team. We're certainly together. Certainly together. I think you've seen that in the recent performances, even during the week. So we've had, the time we've spent on the pitch training this week has been good, and we're looking forward to the game definitely. Yeah, I know you take one game at a time, but it is a huge week in terms of your survival, isn't it? It's a big week. Yeah, I think it's a big game. We need to pick up points definitely. So we're well aware of that, and we'll be all set for tomorrow night.
Yeah, Charlie's out, so Fikra and Rory, big chance for them, and we got to see him up close and personal. Obviously Tuesday.
Yeah, Fikra's ahead of Rory, I would say physically. And he's sort of Rory's building up his fitness. But we've obviously got the 2 new lads available. Also, obviously David's available for his first game, and obviously Charlie Lutz again has built his fitness with some football during the week and on Tuesday against Celtic. So, of those four players are in a stronger position than they were certainly going into the Shells game, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of positives. I know it's only a friendly Tuesday, Ger, but you really went at it. It was competitive, wasn't it? There was a lot of hard tackles going in, and you gave the defence a lot of problems in the second half. That was positive, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was a really, really interesting game, really good game. Brilliant for our young players, especially. Brilliant to get some of the new players some time on the pitch. Brilliant to play in front of that amount of fans and have the experience of that. So it was something that was really good for us. Obviously, in the first half, we probably spent quite a bit of time without the ball. But we still had 1 or 2 opportunities, Malik especially, and then the second half I was really pleased with the group. I thought we were probably the better side in that half, and probably the icing on the cake was young Matt Murray scoring a really good goal, and he really pleased us. So look, a lot of things came out of the game, and we were glad for it.
Will the lads take encouragement from that, Will?
I think so. I hope so. I think we've shown we're together in the last few games. In the Drogheda game, in the Pats game, and even up in Shelburne when we're 2-0 down to come back and be in the game, and we hope we could get something more out of the game, and maybe we could have. We're together, we're ready, we're fighting, and that's what we need to do tomorrow night.
Yeah, what's key, do you think, to get the win on Friday night? Obviously, you can't give up goals like you did against Shelburne for a start.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the first point is how we defend away from home, how we start games. It's absolutely key, absolutely huge. So that's the start point. So that's the first thing we concentrate on and build our way into the game. And obviously being really, really tough to play against and resolute to play against, which I think we saw some signs of on Tuesday night, to be fair. But we need to do that for real in the white heat of Waterford tomorrow night.
Yeah, and you're well aware, obviously, City haven't won away from home this year, but there's a lot of positive performances away from home, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm well aware of the stat. We need to change it. It's as simple as that. Positive performances and stuff. That time for that is possibly past. We need to win games. We need to go away from home and win. We had the same thing with the importance of keeping a clean sheet was a question I kept getting asked. So if this is the next one, then we need to address it on the pitch so that I stop getting asked about it.
Good luck Friday, Ger.
Thank you.
Ger, is there any possibility of bringing any more players in? Transfer activity
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No, we're working really, really, really hard behind the scenes, and we're looking to do that. We're looking to make us stronger. Definitely, we need to, and that's what we're trying to do.
What area are you talking about there? The strikers or midfielders?
Yeah, we're looking across the whole squad, but I can't go into detail on specific players because sometimes things don't work out as you want to. But we'll spend a lot of time behind the scenes looking to do that.
But you would expect to have 1 or 2 additions, so
I hope so.
In the next week or so.
Hope so.
Okay.
But look, I've probably said this before, but what's really key on that is we get the right people in. That's of huge importance. So, there's obviously a lot of players out in the world looking to get clubs. That's obvious, but we need to bring the right sort of people in, and that's something I'm really big on. I think I've been big on that since I came here, and I'm going to continue to be. I think it's too important. So we need to be selective in the people that we
more long term.
Yeah, we need to be selective.
It's disappointing to lose Daniels.
Yeah, we need to be selective in the people that we bring to the club. Make sure they're the right people. That's imperative, and I'm going to be really strong on that.
Perfect. We'll go to Zoom there, lads. Do you want to come in, Sean or John?
Thanks, Roger. How's it going?
Hi, Sean.
We were talking to Fiacre there, just how much of an impact has he made just around the dressing room the last couple of weeks. I know he only got his first league appearance last week, but great player with great experience to bring to the club.
Yeah, he's made a big impression. He's fitted sort of seamlessly in. I'm really pleased to have him. Obviously for him, it's it's a lad who left Cork as a young boy and he's returned as a man, and we get the benefits of all those experiences he's had abroad. But he's been great since he came in. He's fitted in well with the dressing room, fitted in well with the lads, and he's vocal. He showed that last week up in Shelburne and again on Tuesday night. So he's vocal and he's a leader and he's a big presence in a really important part of the team, really important area of the pitch.
And he was speaking to us there how he's been no stranger to battles like this, trying to lift the club up higher up the table. So that experience, I think, will be hopefully from your end crucial in the weeks and months ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's he's had a lot of experience obviously across the water and in these situations, and so that'll be vital. It's definitely a time when the pressure is on us in terms of we need to perform. So he's used to that, and that's helpful. And that can be really important for us, definitely.
Especially when it's someone's hometown club, home city, a move like that takes on a bit of a extra significance, doesn't it? And he was telling us there about his new baby and coming home and settling down. So I think he mentioned the stars aligned for him. So a move like that takes on extra significance for someone like that.
Yeah, look, I think he's incredibly passionate. He didn't have to be here. He had other options. He could have stayed in England, and he had other options. So he's shown a real desire to come here, and he's really passionate about helping us get out of the situation that we're in. So, he's sort of, if you look about a stereotypical type of signing in terms of the people that I want to bring to the club. He's my first signing, and he's exactly the sort of character that I want, and the reasons for why he wants to be here are hugely important, and that's what we need. We need people who are going to be here to fight for us until the end of the season and hopefully beyond, obviously, in terms of what we can achieve.
And just in the game tomorrow, I know Waterford had a late winner the first time the sides met this season, and obviously the most recent meeting at Turner's Cross was a mad game with a late winner for yourselves. So it's not just, it's going to go past the 90 minutes.
Yeah, the two games, it's definitely fair to say they were even games, even contests. So look, we're expecting a really tough game, that's for sure, and especially with their result last week, I think it probably makes it even tougher. But equally, look, as I said, I think that I've got a group of players that are fighting. I think they've shown that in the last few games, and we're ready to go.
All the best tomorrow, Joe. Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome in there, Jared. How are you, John? Here.
Hi, John.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Just you mentioned your recruitment there. You've a bit to go, but the ones that you brought in, like new goalkeeper, 2 centre backs, sort of the spine of your team, really. You mentioned that you think there was talent that you don't really have time anymore, like in terms of with the number of games left. Like, do you expect the lads just to hit the ground running? I know that you obviously haven't played together that much, only the last week or so, but there is no bedding in period here, really.
No, there isn't. You're right, and it's for those players it's difficult because we've got big expectations and a big demand in terms of where we're at. So, we're looking for them to hit the ground running. Definitely, it's a challenge in terms of obviously where they've been in terms of their recent weeks and had some time off because of where they finished the season. So it's really important how we work them during the week and get them ready to play. It's probably not a situation where the lads can come in and play 90 minutes straight away. That's a big ask. So but it's vital that we get them up to speed as quickly as we can. That's for sure. The Celtic game will have helped in that regard. But yeah, it's huge, and it's a big challenge for them. It's a big challenge for us. But I think I'll go back to bringing the right sort of people in. I think that's half the battle. And I think I'm content with some of the people that we brought in and their personalities and characters, and that's hugely important. And as I said before, most of all, people wanting to be here, they want to be here. That's huge, absolutely huge for the football club. So that heart and that determination can take them a long way when their bodies are tired, I think.
Yeah, and the signings you've made, I think they're all permanent signings as well. Like, is that a coincidence, or is that the way you're looking now, that rather than getting loan players who would only probably be here for short term?
Look, yeah, they're all of the same type. They're all permanent signings. Yeah, that's clear and obvious. And they've all had other offers, and they've all chosen to leave clubs they're at to come here and be part of it. And that's what I'm looking for. I think that that permanence is really important. That having people here who want to come on a journey with us and want to be here for not just from window to window is huge, and it's going to be really important. So yeah, that's been a huge aspect of players that I want to sign and what I'm about and what I wanted to be about. So yeah. Because
there's probably a risk on their side in terms of could be playing in the first division next year.
Absolutely, it's it's credit to the club in terms of one, having the obviously the backing to back them in terms of offering them permanent deals is really important, and the club have backed me in that regard. And then obviously you got to sit in front of them and talk to them how you want to do things. And fortunately the players have bought in, and I'm really grateful for that. And again, I think it shows the type of people that are coming to the club, that they want to be here, and they firstly, we all want to do anything to avoid that. That's what we're focused on now.
Just finally, Ger, it's been mentioned about the 2 league games coming up. Do you see them as must-win games?
I see them as hugely important games. Absolutely, definitely, hugely important games. So we need to turn some of the competitive performances we've had into points. So that's what we're looking to do starting on Friday night for sure.
Okay, but you're not billing them as must-win. Like, if you got 2 draws or anything like that, you'd still be...
Look, we're focused on getting as many points as we can from the games. It's as simple as that. That's where we're at with it, John. We're trying to get as many points on the board as we can, but we'll have the same approach for all 13 games as we will for the next 2. That's for sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Jack. Thanks a lot. All the best.
John. Thank you.
Jared, Gary in the Star. How are you?
Hi, Gary.
I'm good. What have you learnt about your team in the 7 games? I'm sure you had an idea before the first game, but over the 7, you'll, I'd imagine, have a deeper understanding of them, and possibly even a deeper understanding of yourself, because you're in the hot seat and it's a lot of eyes on you. What have you made of those 7 games?
I think, look, a lot of things. I think first of all, coming into a situation mid-season, once the season's already started, is definitely a unique challenge, as opposed to when you've got a pre-season to work with the players or whatever that might be. So, but What I found, I think what we've seen is in the vast majority of our games, we've been competitive, and I've got a group of players that are working hard to play for this football club and working hard during the week. I think that we're in a position where we've got most of the squad back together in terms of that when they came in, there was some issues around fitness with a lot of the players in terms of their availability. So we've been able to build that. Obviously, there was undoubtedly an aspect which some players could leave the club. We all knew that was obvious. I think we're getting closer to what our squad will be for the remaining games of the season. I think that will help. I think that will give clarity. I think that's really important. So we've across those 7 games, we've had a huge amount to deal with. That's for sure. But I think I've got a squad of players, and a number of them who really care, really core group of players who really care about this football club. We're going to need that. We're going to need that passion for the club, and we're going to need performances. And I think I've got those 2 things, but we need a tournament to win. So that's where our focus is on now. That's for sure.
Do you love the fight? Do you love being in this fight and being, on the side of the on the right side of the line, if you know what I mean? Like, rather than being in the stands looking on, do you love being right in the heat of it? And
look, I'm really proud. I'm really proud to be in the position that I'm in. It's a privilege. As I said before, this is a brilliant club to be in charge of in the League of Ireland, and I'm really honoured to be so. It's a challenge, there's no doubt about that. I knew when I took the job it was going to be a challenge. But look, we've had 7 games. It's not a long time. We've had a lot of change with the playing staff. We've had a lot of change on the staff itself, and we're forming well. I think there's a good staff. We're working well. So look, I'm just really proud to be in this position, and I'm fighting. And myself and my staff, we're investing every minute and every day that we can in terms of trying to make the club better, on and off the pitch, trying to improve things. Obviously, our main task is we know we need to fight to keep this club in the division. That's what our focus is on. But we're looking at all areas and trying to improve it as much as we can, and make sure this club can build and become stronger and get back to some of its previous success.
Yeah, I suppose it's back to reality. Not that it probably left our minds, I'd say, with the Super Cup.
Yeah, you could hear by the 2 of them that, like, while the Super Cup was great and it was a great experience, they were completely looking ahead to Friday. Like, it was this was something they had to do first, and then do the actual job on Friday. Both, as you can tell, really fired up. Fikra is really impressive in terms of how proud he is to play for Cork City and to be home and to want to come home. He spoke about how he had offers in England and chose to come here because he wants to be here, which is really encouraging. Spoke really highly of Ger, and Ger speaks really highly of Fikra all the time. So yeah, it's just back to business, as you said, and a Munster Derby is the one.
And I suppose they talk about 6-pointers. This probably really is like, you know, it could make a huge difference in terms of for us to try and catch up a bit.
Yeah,
with the likes of Waterford,
Yeah, so obviously this one's a 6-pointer, but you look at the fixtures we have coming up after it as well. Like
Sligo then as well.
Yeah. So a huge opportunity. That Sligo game is on TV as well.
Yeah, that's the game after the cup game, isn't it? Yeah.
So we've got next couple of weeks we've got Waterford on Friday.
Yeah.
Leicester Celtic on the Saturday.
Yeah.
19th. And then Sligo on the 25th, Friday night, which is live on Virgin Media.
All big games, because we love a run in the cup as well. That's the other side of it, and we can't take any team for granted.
Absolutely, and just on the cup game, so it's on the 19th, 12 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday, which is a different one. We spoke about it already. Ticket prices are slashed, so everything is half price, $12.50 for adult tickets, and that ticket, if you buy a ticket for that game, it also gets you entry to the women's game, which is on the same day at 5 o'clock at Turner's Cross. So it's kind of a nice little double header on the day. I'd encourage anyone to make a day of it. Be there for the 2 games, because the women's game is a derby against Treaty United on that day as well, which is obviously a big one for us. So nice day out for the family.
Yeah, it's a long afternoon, so they could go away and come back, I presume, can they?
Of course, yeah, you can go get your Dinos or your Lennoxes around the corner or whatever, your McDonald's down the road, whatever you're thinking. Yeah, long day, but it should hopefully be a fun day.
I don't know.
Obviously, a lot of football to be played first before we get to that day, but just flagging that one that it's coming up.
Including the women, who are also in Waterford this weekend.
Friday and Saturday in Waterford. So this is our second ever meeting with Waterford. It's our first trip to the RSC on the women's side. Interesting one. Obviously, the first game earlier in the season finished 4-2 to City at Turner's Cross. Bit of bite to that one as well, because there's a lot of former players in the Waterford team and now in the City team as well. We've taken a few from Waterford. There'll be a bit of bite to it. 3 o'clock kickoff in that one, as always, live on LOI TV. Hopefully, we'll be coming out of Waterford with 6 points.
Hopefully. And did I see that we got a new signing from Galway for the women's team as well?
Jodie Griffin, yeah. Frank and Craig and the team have been working on that for a while. She's been in training. She actually featured for our 19s over the weekend and officially signed and is part of the club now. So she's been announced as a Cork City player. You'd imagine she'd go into the matchday squad for Saturday's game in Waterford. So I know they're hard at work recruiting players because just like on the men's side, it's the same transfer window. So there's an opportunity to add to the squad. So they're doing that.
Yeah, and we've lost one. Well, not lost, but players have gone out. Actually, Aveen has gone the opposite direction, has she?
Since we last spoke, yeah, Aveen's gone to Galway. Heidi O'Sullivan has left, and Gennaro Daniels, obviously on the men's team, has gone as well.
Yeah, and he's gone straight into the Scottish Premiership with Kilmarnock.
Yeah,
on a 2-year deal, I think.
Did you see their announcement video for him on Twitter?
I saw some of the pictures
theme.
Yeah.
They did like a Scooby-Doo video.
Interesting.
Go watch it. Yeah, go watch it. I'll leave it at
that. Yeah. No, that's although he didn't get to play in the Super Cup against Celtic, he's going to be playing them 4 times next season, probably.
Yeah. So he's getting to feature anyway.
He's going to get to play against Celtic anyway. But it's a big move for him.
Look, he came in with us in March, was it? Did well, got a couple of goals for us, and has moved on. So, best of luck to him.
I see Rio signed a new deal with Sheffield Wednesday as well since he went back over.
I saw that on
So,
Instagram,
you'd be happy for the guys as well. I mean, it's like he was only here on loan and it's a volatile game. When you never know if your career is going to, your contract is going to end or anything
exactly.
like that. And I know
if someone's not at a top club in the Premier League, then it's
they can be
volatile,
all over the place.
Said, yeah.
You never know where you're going to end up next, to be honest, half the time. I know it's interesting. And speaking of teams across the water, I see our own academy we're playing Wickham in Fota this morning.
Yeah,
actually.
there's kind of like a little mini tournament going on. So there's
is Waterford
ourselves, Wickham and Waterford are down there.
Yeah.
I actually, because I think it's probably still going on as we're recording this, so I don't know how it's all ended up. But love another really good opportunity for them to feature against teams they don't normally play against. I know Liam Carney's big on tournaments like that and trips like that. We see them every year that they're going abroad to Spain, Portugal, UK. Like it's these kind of things are really good for like their development as players.
And it's great that we have facilities in Cork. Like, I mean, Celtic trained on the pitch down in Fort as well earlier in the week, and obviously there's been loads of teams playing down there over the last couple of years, and the ground's been down there quite good. And it was something that Kevin brought up on the last podcast as well, is like they've got their pitch ready for football as well. It's the same type of thing. Like if you have the facilities in a city, they'll come over. You
Absolutely,
know what I mean?
So you're giving people a reason to come.
Yeah, so there's options now. There's a training facilities, big pitch, smaller pitches. There's a lot of different stuff happening. There was a lot of kind of moving. And speaking of, I suppose you were talking about tickets there for the women's game and the cup match kind of thrown in. There's another bundle that's happening. That was just announced, was it today?
Just announced today, the 6-match special. So it's essentially like a pass for the final 6 home games of the season. 25% discount on what you'd be paying if you bought them match by match. So I think it's a really good offer. So it's priced at €112.50 for adults. Senior and juvenile are priced at €81, and a child ticket is priced at €45. So that's really good value for 6 home games. Like that's a decent saving based on the match ticket prices.
Starting with the Sligo game, I presume.
Starting next week with Sligo and running right up to the last day of the season. So that's the final 6 games. It's only on sale until the 24th of July. Plenty of time to pick that up. Obviously, the FAI Cup game isn't included because that's separate.
And they'll be important games.
But this is the thing. There's 13 games left in the league. Every game now, they've already been huge. But every game now is absolutely monumental.
I know, look, we're bottom of the table at the moment, but you'd never know. A run of games there and you're back in again. Like it's not impossible by a long shot. Like it's not impossible at all. I mean, and the new signings have just come in once they start settling down now. It's it'd be interesting.
That's the thing. Like to be honest, it makes for grim reading. We're at the bottom of the table. It doesn't look good, but as I said, it's not impossible. You heard the determination there from Fiacre and Jar in the preview for Friday. They're really, really wanting to do the right thing, and they fully believe that we can get out of the situation that we're in. That's just everybody in the building in Bishopstown. If we didn't, then if people inside the building have given up, what hope do you have?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
We keep saying it. Like we are going to be positive. We are going to until we're told we're relegated or anything like that. We're going to say we get out of this.
Yeah,
because the players will think the exact same thing. They have to.
It's not going to come to that. We're confident. We're going to be okay.
Yeah.
We have to start picking up results. Everybody knows that. As fans, we know that.
I always
players,
believe the
the staff
bad
as well.
results won't stay, like they won't continue. That we're in a bad run of form. But if you think about it, the very start of the season, we started it quite well, and then I suppose it was that last Waterford game away
That was a turning point
because we got a couple of injuries that night, and that really threw us off. Really, because we lost Shawnee, we lost Greg the same evening. You know, we had to send an off, I think, the same night as well, didn't we? There was a lot of different
Freddie
things.
got sent off.
Freddie got. There was
So
just
this
loads
is
of
where we manifest tomorrow's game in Waterford being another turning point to put us back on the right path.
Yeah.
And hopefully, as you said, if we beat Waterford tomorrow, that pulls them a little bit closer to us.
And listen, Waterford.
If we manage to get something against Sligo next weekend as well at home at Turner's Cross, then the situation changes a little bit more, and we just have to keep doing that and keep building on that.
And Waterford,
which I'm
Waterford got a tough time last week against
They
Derby
did,
as
they
well.
got-
So like, it's not just us that had a rough night last Friday night.
7-2 in Derry, which is that's a long trip to make anyway. But I'm sure it felt much longer coming home after that. But yeah, look, I'm fully confident that we can do it. I know we keep saying it, but I mean it. No one's happy with where we are.
No.
But we also know everybody at Cork City Football Club knows what we have to do and what we're capable of doing, and that we can do it. So, that's the mission now.
I presume our academy have matches as well this weekend, do they?
Full slate of fixtures again this weekend, yeah. On Saturday, the women's under-17s are taking on Athlone in Mayfield. The men's under-15s also have Athlone in Mayfield. Boys under-13s, which is the newest team at the club, are taking on Shamrock Rovers in Fermoy at 1 o'clock. And then on Sunday, the men's under-20s have Sligo Rovers at 4:30 in Bishopstown. Women's 19s have Treaty at 1 in Bishopstown. Men's 17s have Athlone Town in Mayfield at 2. And the 14s have UCD away in Dublin at 2.
So a busy weekend for them. And speaking of the academy, well, you could say first team as well. We've had another departure this week as well, with David off to AS Monaco, should I say?
David Dunn and Paul Pogba, teammates over in Monaco.
Yeah.
What a move. What a move.
Two big signings for them this summer.
Phenomenal, yeah. Phenomenal. David's been brilliant, like featured for the first team last year. Didn't feature a whole lot this year.
I suppose tough in the Premier Division to be getting
Yeah,
games.
different situation. But, a very, very exciting player. I remember he played in the 15s Cup final at Turner's Cross last year as well and did brilliantly. So he
was also, was it the under 15s or under 16s Irish Player of the Year or something?
Yeah, he
was
presented with the Player of the Year award at the Cup final in the Aviva. So obviously had a very, very good 2024. Caught the attention, although I'm sure they had the attention much before that. But has earned himself a move to Monaco, which is a fantastic thing for him, and obviously proud for the club as well, and for Liam Carney and everyone in the academy for the work that again is being done. He hasn't been with us too long. I think he joined the club in 2023.
Came from Rockmount, didn't he?
Rockmount, yeah. So
I'm sure he's still young, like.
Very young. Yeah, he's very young.
He's only after turning 16, like, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's why they can sign him. They can't sign him, I think, before 16. I think the European clubs is 16 to 18, and then the English clubs or the British clubs can come in at 18 then.
Is he the first player to go Cork City to Monaco? Yeah.
I'd imagine so.
League of Ireland to Monaco?
There's not many Irish players that played in Monaco, I'd say. I can't think of any anyway.
Yeah.
The
So
first player that
again,
comes to mind when I think of Monaco is the Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah. Anthony Martial.
Martial. So they've produced forwards before, so David
But
is...
it is a phenomenal move for him.
Yeah.
Delighted
It's
to see it.
Lovely part of the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very glamorous part of the world. But yeah, very best luck to him. Like, that's a phenomenal move for him and his family, and brilliant achievement to hit at such a young age as well.
There was some
brilliant
mentions in French press about him and stuff during the week. I think they signed some other bigger player, and then he was kind of mentioned at the end in the same statement or something like that.
I saw that, yeah. And then we followed up afterwards. We didn't know that announcement was coming when it did. Normally there's an agreement and we go at the same time, but we had to follow up with that one as soon as we spotted it. So look, again, brilliant for him, brilliant move. Great quality of life to have over in Monaco as well, isn't it?
No, we have players in France, Portugal, Germany, and obviously England as well. City communities all over the place at the moment, but no doubt he'll be back, just like Jaden was back in the cross there recently. To look at the team, I'm sure David will be back when he's home as well. Like,
You'd imagine so, yeah, he'll pop in, yeah.
You know, but best of luck to him. It's always exciting to see local lads playing with,
big clubs like that.
Big clubs in Europe in particular.
It's brilliant, yeah, absolutely brilliant.
So it's a positive story. It was a pity actually the Super Cup that I suppose that Adam didn't get to play.
I know a lot of people were disappointed about that. Yeah, not really something again that affected Cork City too much.
No, it didn't affect us. But
there was a lot of chatter about that. But yeah, that's how that played out. I don't know if there was an injury or what. I don't know if it was addressed afterwards. But
yeah, I think from what I can gather, Brendan Rodgers was not taking a risk on anyone that only return to training.
And that's fair enough. It's their
Yeah.
pre-season as well.
I think most of those lads only went back to training on Friday, I think. So, but look, no doubt he might get a chance to play us again in the future at some stage. If they were impressed, they might come back to play the Super Cup again in the future. But in the meantime,
Hopefully,
it's back to League of Ireland, and I suppose that's where the focus will be this weekend, with the men and women down in Waterford.
Down in the Daisha.
In the Daisha.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the focus. To be honest, it has been the focus all along.
It has.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really optimistic for it. And as much as I don't want to sit in the car in this heat and have to drive to Waterford twice over the weekend
At
or
least
on the bus.
not driving to Dublin or Derry.
True. After a busy week as well, yeah. God, imagine a trip like that.
Yeah.
My God.
In this heat.
Yeah, exciting. Back to business. Have to win.
Have to win. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be back next week with positive results and looking forward to the start of our trip to the Aviva.
See you next week.
See you next week.